Eisenhower. Pitches out to Prevention. He's going to go wide to the left. Around the corner. Touchdown, Eisenhower. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review. I'm Tim Meyer with Coach Chris Smith. And, Coach, tonight you came into Romeo. They got a nice, beautiful new turf field, and you planted an Eisenhower victory on them. Before the game, were you a little bit nervous about coming up here?
No, our kids couldn't wait to play on this new turf, and they talked all week about giving Romeo their first loss on their new turf. So the kids were excited all week. It was a great week of practice, one of the best we've had all year. And we were just excited to get out here and start playing it. We were a little upset of the half-hour delay because we just wanted to get that game going.
Good point for the Eisenhower Eagles tonight was that the defense came out and got a stop on the first drive.
Yeah, the defense was outstanding all game. Coach Brzezinski, Coach Maltop, Coach Sauber, fantastic game plan, and the kids followed it and executed the game plan to a T. I couldn't be more proud of all those defensive guys.
You had a good play out of Caleb Oyster tonight too, but he had some nice holes to run through.
Yeah, again, our offensive line has been doing it all year, and once again, we knew when you play Romeo, you got to win the line of scrimmage. If you don't win the line of scrimmage on offense and defense, you're going to have a lot of problems against these guys. So that was the key all week, winning the line of scrimmage, and our line did a great job, and we know how Oyster runs hard, runs tough, runs through tackles, so we expected that from him.
A little bit about next week's game.
We go to Lance Cruz North next week, and they come to our place. But you know what? I haven't looked at Lance Cruz North. I haven't seen one game. We're going to give our kids an extra day off this week to kind of rest up. And we've really had 5 barn burners in a row, and we got to prepare and get ready for Lance Cruz North.
Lou Santavica, offensive tackle for the Eisenhower Eagles. You guys put up 34 points tonight, but they had some good defensive shots at you guys, but. They looked like they were coming pretty hard. How'd you guys keep them out of there?
Yeah, Romeo has a great defensive line, and we were prepping for them hard all week. Coaching staff did a great job scouting them, and then when game time came around, we kicked into another gear and did our best to do what we could.
When you guys got up 17-0, and it looked like you guys were moving the ball well, what were your thoughts on offense when you got the ball the next time?
I mean, this is just stuff we've been doing all year. We practice hard, and then it translates into the game, and you want to score as many points as we can.
Talk about your offensive line. We saw them tonight. They looked very strong. Your other offensive line teammates, talk about some of their strengths.
Oh, yeah, the twos go out there every day in the scout offense, prepping our defense to the opponent's offense. So whenever they get the chance to go out there and kick some butt, they strive on the opportunity.
What's it like to play alongside Big Doherty?
Oh, it's awesome. He's a great mentor to me, and we share tips to each other, and I feel like we make each other better on the line.
You guys are 5-0. I ask everybody else this question. Your thoughts about the season this year?
I think it's going to be a special season. We just got to keep working hard, keep playing hard, and then everything else will just fall into place.
I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so I'm going to let you do that now.
I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my girlfriend Emily, and all the fellow UAIS Phoenix that come out and support all the Eisenhower games.
Ryan Belts, you had to do all the dirty work tonight. You were in the middle, and we know that the Romeo offensive line is a hard-hitting, fast group. How did you play them tonight?
Just went straight at him, hit him, squeeze him down, make sure the linebackers are free to get the tackles.
And was it difficult tonight?
No, not really. When going against guys your same size, it's a pretty even match.
What about early on? You guys stopped them early on that first drive. What were you feeling out there? Did you think, hey, you know what, we can get this, or what?
Just keep it going. If we stop them, just keep it. Don't let up. Just keep pushing them, and that's just keep going for it the whole game.
You pitched a shutout tonight on defense. Last week you gave up 42 points. What was practice like this week?
Very defense focused, making sure we don't take plays off, make sure you get to the ball carrier, and make sure you're hitting them.
Well, you must have been doing your job pretty good because we saw Decker and Minnie get in there for some big tackles. And Decker seemed pretty pumped up tonight because he had some free shots.
Decker's always happy when he gets to lay the boom on some kid.
What are your thoughts about the season so far? You're 5-0.
It's a pretty good season, but we can't let up. We got to keep going. We want to try to keep it perfect, but we got to keep trying.
All right, I know there's some folks you want to say hello to, so I'll let you do that now.
I would like to say hello to my mom, my dad, and the D-line squad.
Well, the Eisenhower Eagles defeating Romeo 34-0, and it was a defensive gem tonight. And Drake, Minnie, you were a big part of it. Romeo, always a hard-hitting team. Did you expect to be this dominant tonight on defense?
We came back after Chippewa last week, and we were really eager, and we know what happened last year. So we prepared all week, and we were just excited to come out and hit them and show them what we're really made of.
And even on that first drive, you guys stopped them. Wasn't quite the case last week, but what were you seeing out there as far as their offensive schemes?
They like to bootleg a lot, and once they feel like they get you on the outside, they come back with the counter. And I felt like we stopped both aspects of the run, so I thought we played really well.
Were you able to pick that up? I mean, from your linebacker spot, could you read it pretty good?
Oh, yeah, we could read our keys really well.
34-0, 5-0. Your thoughts, team captain this year, your thoughts about this season so far?
I'm just excited. We're just going to keep rolling, and hopefully we'll make it all the way to states.
I know there's some folks you want to say hello to, so go ahead.
I'd like to say hi to my dad, my mom, the LB crew, and my girlfriend, Vendela.
We'll be back with game highlights after this. Go Ike!
Hi, my name is Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. Okay to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to OK to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the OK to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
The Eisenhower Eagles traveled to Romeo to take on their arch rivals, the Romeo Bulldogs, and to check out Romeo's new turf. Romeo and Eisenhower games have always been hard-hitting affairs. This game would be no exception. Romeo started off with a football. The Eisenhower defense was ready as Jack Morris makes the stop here for no gain. On 3rd and 8, number 67, Alex Schmidt gets this tackle for a sack. Good for a 5-yard loss, forcing Romeo to punt. On 2nd and 13 from their own 29, Max Whitworth finds a wide-open Jack Morris downfield, a play good for 49 yards down to the Bulldog 22. The Bulldogs would halt the Eagle drive, and Assad Buhaidar comes on to kick this 38-yard field goal, and Eisenhower draws first blood, 3-0 Eagles. The Eagles got the ball back and were marching again. On 3rd and 6 from their own 43, Whitworth hits number 20 Ian Kennelly for a 10-yard gain, good for an Ike first down. On the very next play, number 32 Caleb Oyster would get good blocking and bolt 28 yards to the end zone for the Eagle touchdown. The extra point was good, and Ike led 10-0. On Romeo's next possession, feisty number 2 Alex Decker takes down Romeo's Nathan Goralski for a 3-yard loss. The Eagle D forced the Bulldogs to punt, and on the first offensive play from scrimmage, they call on number 1 Assad Buhaidar, and he rips off 20 yards on this run. The drive moved into the second quarter. 2 big passes on 3rd and 4th down, one to Ian Kennelly and one to Ben Metz, would make it 1st and goal from the Bulldog 5. Number 11 Jack Morris would make a nice cut at the goal line and go into the end zone for another Eagles touchdown. The extra point was good, and Ike now led 17-0. On the ensuing kickoff, the Eagles get good coverage from number 44 Lance Humper. With it 1st and 23 for Romeo, John Fantauzo breaks up this pass play. On 3rd and 19, Henry Janeway and Carlo Lochirco force a Romeo 4th down with this tackle. On 1st down from the 50, Caleb Oyster gets 9 yards in this tough run. On 3rd and 4 from the Romeo 18, it's Oyster again for 4 tough yards and an Eagle 1st down. Caleb Oyster would take advantage of excellent blocking, rushing the football for 14 yards and an Eagle touchdown. The extra point was good, and the score now was Ike 24, Romeo nothing. On Romeo's next possession, number 99 Ryan Belts and number 25 Kurt Watke make the stop, forcing a Bulldog punt. Romeo tries a fake punt, but the pass is incomplete, giving the Eagles the ball on the Bulldog 17. Ike would lose a couple of yards on 1st down, but on 2nd and 12 from the Romeo 19, Whitwer would hit Ben Metz at the Bulldog 6. The next play would see Caleb Oyster run it in from the 6 for the Eisenhower touchdown, his 3rd of the game. The extra point was good, and Ike now led 31-0. The first half would end on this tackle by Kurt Watke and Carlo Lochirco. The score at halftime, Eisenhower 31, Romeo nothing. To begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles' Max Whitwer finds Jack Morris, who makes a nice grab to the Romeo 33. The Eagle drive would eventually stall, but the Eagle defense was up to the task as Ryan Belts takes down the quarterback Jack Wendt. Drake Minnie and the Eisenhower defense come up with a big play here as they tackle Romeo's number 6 Bailey Camego for a 4-yard loss. The Eagles got the ball back, and on 1st down at their own 34, Caleb Oyster has the benefit of fine blocking, and he races 24 yards to the Bulldog 42. Oyster would get another 11 yards on this run. Ben Metz would haul in this pass all the way to the Bulldog 18. The Eagles were unable to go any further, and Assad Buhaidar comes on again. This time he kicks a 41-yard field goal, making it 34-0 Eisenhower. How about this nice tackle by Alex Decker? The 3rd quarter would end on this sack by number 88 Henry Janeway. On 3rd and 7 from the Romeo 8, the Eagles' number 20 Ian Kennelly makes one of the more spectacular interceptions in Eisenhower history. The Eagles were now interested in running out the clock. Number 27 Sebastian Puda gets 5 yards here on this hard run. On 3rd down, quarterback Brady Van Gilder hits number 80 Alex Jarvis, good for the 1st down, keeping the drive alive. The Eagles would eventually punt, but this 3rd down defensive play forces Romeo to punt it right back. Romeo would get the ball back and threaten the Eagles' shutout, but this tackle by number 63 Kalen Duda and this play in the end zone by number 23 Michael Bush secures the victory for Eisenhower and the shutout. The Eagles hand Romeo their first loss on their new turf, 34-0. Stay tuned for our special feature right after this.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our flashback this week, we're going to take you back 1 year to 2016 and the Romeo Bulldogs and Eisenhower Eagles at Barney Swinehart. The Eisenhower Eagles and the Romeo Bulldogs would meet once again, and emotions were running high. The Bulldogs, who won the state championship last year, were defeated by the Eagles. The Eagles, the only team to defeat them and spoil their undefeated season. Well, the Bulldogs would try and spoil Ike's undefeated season this year. From the opening kickoff, you could tell this was going to be a slugfest. Romeo would force the Eagles to punt, and they would get good field position, but Ike's Noah Lametta plugs up the middle. Then Logan Smith leads the way on this run stop. The Bulldogs go for it on 4th down from the Eagle 25 and can't convert as Ronnie Wood can't seem to negotiate this catch. Ike's Jack Preventure breaks a tackle and gets 8 yards on this hard run. Then Jack would get the first down on this run. Max Whitwer would go to the air and find Assad Buhaidar for 42 yards on this play. Then Max hits Jake Albrecht for a first down. Jack Preventure goes around the left side for the game's first score. The extra point was no good, and Ike led now 6-0. Eisenhower's defensive tackles lead the way, stuffing Nathan Goralski. Romeo looks as if they're going to go for it on 4th down. They trick the Eagles and punt it, and it goes all the way to the Eagle 3. The Eagles move the ball up to the 14 when Whitner fires this pass to Ben Metz, good for 16 yards and an Ike first down. Jack Preventure takes this perfect pitch to the Romeo 48-yard line. The drive would move into the second quarter where Whitwer would get 8 yards using his legs. Then, using his arm, he finds a wide-open Ben Metz for this 23-yard gain. Jake Albrecht pops it outside and goes in for the touchdown. The extra point was good, and Ike led 13-0. Romeo's next drive, number 60, Sal Voltaggio wraps up the Romeo runner on third down, forcing the Bulldogs to punt. Jack Preventure continues his hard running, netting 13 yards here. Romeo would stop the Ike drive and start one of their own. Austin Malczewski hits number 12, Eric Freeman, who would take the football to the Ike 45. Then Malczewski would hit number 17, Nathan Goralski, for another Romeo first down. With it 1st and 10 Romeo from the Eisenhower 13-yard line, Luke Jelly comes up with this gem. Danny Smick's shirt tackle keeps Romeo from getting big yardage. Then Sal Voltaggio makes this fine tackle, and Romeo is forced to kick a field goal. With 19 seconds left, Romeo's John Messing kicks this 32-yard field goal, ending the first half with Ike leading 13-3. In the second half, Romeo held the football for much of the third quarter, despite these fine defensive plays by Eisenhower. In the fourth quarter, Romeo looked like they scored a touchdown here, but were penalized. After the penalty, number 60, Salvatore Voltaggio eats this play up. Again, Romeo's John Messing would come in and kick this 22-yard field goal, and the score now was Eisenhower 13, Romeo 6. Ike could do nothing with the football. The Bulldogs hit on this big pass play as Malczewski hits Jackson Butcher, who gets behind the Eisenhower defense, good for 38 yards. With 1:29 left to play in the game, Cade Messner of Romeo would knife in for the touchdown. The Eagles were penalized on Romeo's kick attempt, So Romeo decided to go for 2 and the lead. Number 6, Ryan Medley, bulls his way into the end zone, and Romeo led 14-13. With 1 minute and 25 seconds left to play, Eisenhower would start at their own 27-yard line. Romeo, however, is penalized on this play, moving the ball up to the 47. After Whitwer is sacked, he hits Ryan Chargo for 16 yards and an Eagle first down. Again, Whitwer finds Chargo, who gets out of bounds with 8 seconds left to play. Number 21, Anthony Toko, comes on and kicks this 37-yard field goal, giving Ike the lead 16-14. With 1 second left to play, Eisenhower had to kick off to Romeo. The Bulldogs fumble, and that's all she wrote in this one. The Eagles go to 5-0 on the year, defeating the Romeo Bulldogs 16-14. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our show. For Coach Chris Smith, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time, right here on the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review.